having a community that lifts you up, that helps you be the best version of you versus trying to dim you. And whether it's a partnership that you're in, romantically, it's a business partnership, it's family that might keep you from being at your best. Find the circles that just love all of you, right? That you're not too much. They're like, give me more, right?
The more that you work on the business, the more that you have the influence over the direction and the culture. And I love the way you frame that. Just again, audience out there, she went from in 2007, she felt that she had alienated all the people that loved her. She had some heavy grieving that she had not taken the time to grieve for her cousin yet. She felt that all the energy was kind of sapped out of her, and she felt like she kind of left people behind. And to make the conscious decision to change, and now we have this amazing human in front of us who was amazing then, now amazing in the way that she's helping others to overcome that same stuff that she had. I'm just super impressed, and I'm so grateful you shared the story with us. I have another question, though, that kind of came up. It's somewhere in here. You started a company, and it's called, I think it's Elevated You. And I think you said you started that with your husband. Can you track back, and what's the origin story of you and said husband? Do I know him? Is he a Cutco guy? I mean, who is this husband? Can you give us a little, what's the origin story on the husband?
I don't think that you met the husband, but yes. He is Cutco, and I actually met him in 2008 in Matt King's office.
Oh, and, wow.
We didn't become friends until 2014, and then we dated in 2016, and we were married in 2017. So this February will be 8 years that we're together, and let me tell you, that's a whole other thing. Find a person that pushes you to be at your best. Find a person that's your biggest cheerleader. Find a person that wants to see you unlock all of your potential. It is a game changer. I was married before, and I felt like I had to dim my light, that I was a little bit too much for the world. At least he made me feel like that sometimes. And even friends before who were like, you travel all the time, you do all this, it's, no one's going to want to be with someone like that. No husband wants a wife who's a jet setter and doing all these things, you're so busy all the time. And I was just pursuing my dreams. And, my husband, Spencer, is the most unbelievable support. It was because of him I wrote my book. It was because of him I launched 2 other businesses. It was because of him that I pursued and helped launch Go Abundance Women, and his belief in me. And even as confident as I'm good. He's like, no, he's like, you're all about maximizing potential, and you have so many gifts to give. And he's always encouraging me of what does the next level look like for you? What is the next level? And really helping support that. And so it's amazing. Awesome. Not everyone gets to have that. And I'm super blessed. But I have one of the most amazing partners, in business and life. We run the businesses together now. Awesome. He was working as an engineer for a while. And then, once we were married about 6 months, he was like, what do you think if I just left that and just helped you build? And so he's basically COO of our world. I'm CEO. I'm more the visionary, the planner. And he's like, let's get it done. And he's the executor. So it works out really beautifully for us.
I love your body language when you're talking about your spouse. This is so cool. It felt like I was talking to someone who had just been on their first date. Like you were giddy. And that's so cool. So cool to see. Yeah. I feel that way about Julie too. That's super cool. That's super cool. And also one more itch. These earrings are fabulous. You've got to check out the YouTube show, people. These earrings are fabulous. Can you give us a little background? Where did these earrings come from? Because these are absolutely amazing. They're long and flowing and free and radiant. What are we looking at here? These earrings.
These were a very special. I'm trying to think. Little take home from. I had a really wonderful women's spiritual weekend, and the woman who was really proctoring everything for us, she had these, and I kept getting drawn to them. And I love big statement earrings, and it was a beautiful gift. She said, I'd love you to take them home with you. And I was like, what? She's like, my friend makes these. I'll get another pair made, and awesome. I got to bring them home. So these had been through some really beautiful journeys with people transitioning into the next level, up of them, right? Continuing. That's a a focus of mine is constant and never-ending improvement, right? We always talked about that back in the day, the can I attitude, but how do we get to that next level? How do we open up the next level? And for me this year, and having my daughter, I have two boys, and then the baby is a girl. It's been a beautiful year of transition and stepping into, I've had this all year, this like emergence like coming, and I feel this like powerful awakening in the feminine. And so I've been intentional about, just being more in my feminine, leaning into it. I think all growing up, and this is a whole other topic, but I'll say this really quick for any young ladies listening out there. I felt like the feminine energy was the weaker energy of the two. And I had to be in my masculine to succeed, to build, to do. And although it created a lot of good, it's so much easier flowing in the feminine, and being able to just be and attract and knowing how to ebb and flow, right? There's a time for the masculine energy, that's for sure. But yeah, my daughter has brought out this appreciation for the feminine energy, this beauty, like just getting to watch her, and has brought this desire for me to step more into that. And it's been really beautiful to honor that, to be open to that, because it was scary before to think, I'm like, oh, girls are just weak. And it's like, no, the feminine is so beautiful and so strong, and, is nurture and gives life. And like, freaking, I was like, we populate our world. Like,
that's right.
It comes through us. Like we get to like, grow these creatures. Like it's nuts to me. And so there's been this unbelievable appreciation for the feminine, this year. And I think that GoBundance has also been a beautiful, like little by little, that's just been opening up. I think in my mid-30s, I was craving to find women like me that were driven, because my friends were like, oh, nobody's going to want to be with someone like you, right? And I'm like, where are the other ladies like me who are, builders, drivers, like, love making an impact? And so we built this group that has been just so beautiful to watch. And I know you've gotten to meet some of our ladies, and just watching these women be in a place where they're supported, they're loved for who they are. We can sit all day by the pool and we're talking about what business, like partnerships, building acquisition, buyouts, and like, we love it. And other women might be like, oh, that's what you guys talk about. We're like, oh, that's so fun. But we love to live life. We love to do big things. And most of us are very focused on leaving a legacy and generational wealth for our families. And so it's really fun to be surrounded by like-minded people. And I think that in every journey, that's always been a big part, every step of my journey, right? Every decade's been a little bit different, but like having a community that lifts you up, that helps you be the best version of you versus trying to dim you. And whether it's a partnership that you're in, romantically, it's a business partnership, it's that might keep you from being at your best, find the circles that like just love all of you, right? That you're not too much. They're like, give me more, right? Like,
that's right.
And that has been a beautiful part of fully stepping into, I think, all of my gifts.